Did you start the year thinking, this is it, this is gonna be my year? Maybe you set some really big goals, made resolutions, and were super excited and motivated. But as the months went by, life happened, and now you're feeling like half of the year has just slipped through your fingers. Well, guess what? It is not too late to turn things around. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about how to save a half-wasted year and make the most out of the next 6 months so you can reach all of the goals you set for this year. First of all, let's reflect. Let's just take a step back and look at the last months. How were they? Did you do things that you wanted to do? Did you not get to do those things? What were the ups? What were the downs? What were the major wins? And what were things you didn't like so much? Do you remember what your initial goals were? Because if not, it's time to refresh. It's time to take a look at your list or your journal or wherever you have those goals that you set at the beginning of the year, and to remind yourself of the goals. So, what went wrong? What didn't? What kept you from achieving those goals? It's really important to understand why things happened the way they did, why you didn't manage to reach your goals, even if that was your intention at the beginning of the year, because that means you can now adjust moving forward. You can do things better and as a result have better chances at reaching your goals. Through this whole process, it's really important to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from reaching the goals, and that's fine, you can admit that. If the reason you haven't reached your goals is that you've been self-sabotaging, or you've been afraid of failure, or afraid of what people might think of you, that is fine. But you need to admit that to yourself, and you need to be 100% honest in order to do better in the future. Are you subscribed? If not, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you want to see my day-to-day life stuff, how I eat, how I train, what I do on a daily basis, make sure to follow me on Instagram. Now, detach and just assess it. What could you have done better? What could you have done better on a daily basis? What habits would you have needed in order to reach those goals? Don't beat yourself up over not being where you want to be. Don't hold negative feelings towards the past version of yourself who didn't do certain things. Take the situation for what it is. Take your actions for what they were. Accept them. We're never gonna get somewhere if we keep beating ourselves up for not being good enough, for not having been good enough yesterday or the week before or the month before. All we can do is take our actions for what they were and focus on being better, on doing better in the future. We are also not perfect. We are not 100% energized all of the time. We have our low moments in life. Things happen. Sometimes we don't have the energy or the time to focus on our goals and to work on our goals. That's fine. But if it's a goal you truly care about, it's important to not lose sight of that and to accept that, yes, while in the past some things were holding you from working towards that thing or reaching your goal, maybe now is a better time to refocus your energy and work towards that goal again. Now that you know what went wrong, what didn't, what you could have done better, it's time to think about what you're gonna do moving forward. That means taking a look at all of your goals and really thinking about what they mean to you and which ones mean more to you than the other ones. Not all goals are equal, not all goals are equally important, and maybe there are even some goals that you set months ago, years ago, that might not even be relevant anymore. You can let go of those, but identify the goals that are still important to you, that are at the top of your priority list, and focus on them. Maybe it's also time to set some new goals or to just rethink the goals you have already set. A really important part of achieving your goal is having the right goal to begin with. You need clear and specific goals. You need to know exactly what you're working towards. Your goals need to be smart. I've talked about this a lot, but they need to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. If you have a goal that is not smart, that is absolutely no problem. You can rephrase it. You can actually just think about it. Make it more specific. Make it measurable. Think about how you're actually going to measure your progress. Make it achievable and realistic, and make it time-bound. Know at what time you need to do what in order to achieve your goal. The reason why this works is that clear goals help us direct our focus. If we just say we want to get fit, it might be super overwhelming. It might be very unclear what we actually need to do on a daily basis to get fit. If you say I want to be able to run 10 kilometers by the end of July, that's a totally different goal. And that helps you know what you need to do to get there. Then you need to also break down your goals. Break them down into smaller, manageable pieces. If you take the example of running, I mean, you're not gonna go from not running to running 10K in a day, but if you start gradually training, you will get there. Any goals can be broken down into smaller pieces. You have this huge goal, you break it down. What do you need to do by the end of this month? When are you gonna do those things? Put them into your actual calendar. Do what you need to do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, in order to reach this piece of your goal by the end of the month. Keep doing that for the next few months, and then there you have it. Your goal is all done, and it feels way less overwhelming when you're gradually working towards something and you're not just trying to go from 0 to 100 in no time. Having a routine is super important. I recently made a video all about having a routine, so go watch that to learn more. But basically, having a routine is really important because it helps you reach your goals and also live the life that you want to live. Having a routine means being consistent, doing things over and over again, but doing things that you actually enjoy and that actually help you reach your goals. It's not something that is annoying and boring. It's actually something that really helps our lives and it makes our life easier. You probably already know this, but a big part of reaching your goals is being consistent with them. Taking the example of getting fit, you need to do that on a daily basis or every second day or however often you think is right for you. But you cannot just work out once and then expect results. You work out multiple times. You keep being consistent, and as time goes on, you will see results. But those results only happen if you stay consistent. Focus on your why. Sometimes people have the impression that they need to set New Year's resolutions. That is kind of like a thing that you need to do in order to have your life together. And then they end up setting goals that are not meaningful to them in any way, shape, or form. So with all of your goals, there should be a reason why you want to do that. And it should be like a really deep and important reason. You might want to get fit because it makes you look better, but I feel like the more important reason behind that is because it makes you feel better. It makes you feel more confident. It makes you feel more capable. There's always a deeper reason behind goals. And that is the thing that will help us be consistent throughout periods of low motivation. If you struggle with being consistent, it might really help you to write down your why for every one of your goals. Make it really specific. Why do you want to get fit? How does it make you feel? How would it make you feel when you finally reach that goal? Really think about it, be super honest with yourself, and write it down somewhere. If you notice that you're getting off track, you're in a slump, you can just revisit that, and that will really give you a boost in motivation, and it will help you get back on track and stay consistent. This might be a bit controversial, but I feel like we really need to embrace failure. I feel like failure is such a valuable thing. It can help us learn so much, and it's just a natural part of the process. A lot of times we don't succeed on our first try, and that's fine. You know what? That is absolutely fine. Failure can also mean redirection. We don't succeed, we try something else, we might succeed then. We need to see setbacks as learning opportunities, as an opportunity to say, okay, let me think about what went wrong, why it went wrong, and how I can just do better in the future. One of the best examples for this is actually YouTubers, because a lot of people don't get famous from their first video. There are very few people that actually have success with their first video, and those are also usually people who have experience in editing before, who know how to make videos, who just have it all figured out already. But a lot of other people, me included, they start making videos. The videos are not great at the beginning. I mean, have you seen my first video? But then they gradually improve, and at some point, with that improvement, the audience and the views and the likes and the comments come. But from my experience, those videos that you put out and no one watches, those are such valuable lessons. It's such a weird thing of putting so much time and energy into something and then putting it out there and then crickets, nothing. And I need to be like, okay, that's fun. What do? I have two choices. I can give up, or I can see this as, yes, I failed, but maybe this failure was necessary, and maybe I need to try to do better. And that is a very valuable lesson, and a lesson that, funny enough, I think my journey on YouTube has taught me. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you fail. The only actual failure is when you give up, when you stop posting, because only then you give up on your chance of reaching your YouTube related goals. If you keep doing stuff, if you keep putting out content, if you keep posting, if you keep trying to be better, you're not failing. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So you need to prioritize self-care, you need to prioritize your life, your happiness. It's really easy to lose sight of what actually matters when we're trying to reach our goals. Like, yes, you might have so many goals, you might have this life that you want to achieve and that you're desperate to work towards, to make your future better, to have a better life overall. But you cannot sacrifice your present self's happiness for the sake of your future self. Yes, this whole hustle culture thing is an interesting topic, but I really feel like on the journey of reaching our goals, of building the life that we want to have, it's important to sometimes just take a break, take a moment for ourselves, just have some you time to do things that you want to do things that are not productive, to watch a movie, watch a series. Even if that might not get you closer to your goals, it doesn't have to. You can have fun for the sake of having fun, and you can do things for the sake of just living life. So, get a life. Find a hobby. Do things outside of your productive time and outside of working towards things. Sleep enough, eat enough, drink your water, eat your greens, your veggies, see your loved ones, have fun with friends. I mean, all of the good stuff. Remember, you can do anything you set your mind to. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.